Welcome back, Emergency Athlete. It's another day in paradise, another day in the garage of dreams. It's been a little while since we did any videos for you, but today we're going to talk about a little concept that I've been mulling over for a while, having a bit of a play with, and it's this idea of what we call entering the tunnel. You can apply it to any different field, doesn't have to be fitness, but it's this idea that before you start a task or a procedure, you're ready, you're in a position to complete that procedure as well. So if at work I was going to intubate a patient, I would have all the kit laid out, ready to go from start to finish of the procedure before I started, rather than thinking halfway through I was missing a bit of kit that I wish I had. We're going to use the deadlift as an example, just because the example works really well, but also it's a lift you'll be doing a lot at work. It crosses over to your workplace, which makes it much more valid and much more understandable. Now, the biggest fault we see in the deadlift is this rounding of the lumbar spine, of the lumbar arch, and we see it all the time in the bottom position. So people line up to pull and they have this beautifully rounded back, and someone from across the gym, or maybe they realise themselves, they think, oh, my back's round, I need to flatten it off, I need a neutral spine. And so what they do is, from this rounded position, they then try and reclaim that position and then lift. Now, the difficulty here is it's really hard to assess in that bottom position just how neutral a spine you've got. Have you hyperextended? Have you extended enough? Are you still a little bit rounded? And so rather than sort of fight in this bottom position to reclaim the position, it's better never to lose it in the first place. So when we think about the deadlift, and we think about entering the tunnel starts from this standing position. The tunnel starts here. I need to be in a good position. And then, rather than allowing myself to lose that position and fight to reclaim it at the bottom, just don't lose it. Start here with a good neutral spine and maintain that spine all the way down, and then pull. So now I'm not having to get into this position, round off, and then try and feel for what's right. I know what's right here. I can even check it with my hand. I can make sure I've got a neutral spine. Now, just don't lose that. The first question that should come to your mind is, what if I can't do that? What if I have my neutral position here, but I can't deadlift from the floor without breaking that position to grab the bar? And the answer is fairly simple. You shouldn't be deadlifting from the floor. There's an issue stopping you getting into that position, and it's mobility. And it's probably hip mobility. It's probably the ability to open the hip up and get the pelvis forward. Could be hamstrings as well, but hip and hamstrings would be the places to go for. So if you can't deadlift from the floor without breaking position, you shouldn't deadlift from the floor. Raise the bar up, put it on some blocks, some steps. You could try a different version. So rather than going wide outside the hands, outside the legs even, we could go for a sumo style deadlift where the feet come wider, and the mobility, it's less taxing on your mobility. But again, you would start in this position. You'd maintain that position all the way down. And if you can't maintain that position until you touch the bar, then you can't sumo deadlift from the floor. You need to raise the bar up. So it's a great tool for thinking, am I in the right position? It's a great screening tool for, can I get into the right position? It should really highlight mobility issues to you. If you can't hit that position and you need to work on your mobility, what we're looking for you to do is to be able to open these hips up. You do it one leg at a time, because we know you can't do it two legs at a time, otherwise you'd be able to deadlift. One leg at a time, get your hands on the floor, sink into this position. Once you've been there for a little while, you can even push the knee out, bring it out, increase the demand by dropping the elbow to the floor, move in and out of those end positions, swap sides, go again. So there you go, entering the tunnel. Get the position right before you start, don't lose it, and then you never have to fight to reclaim a position because you haven't lost it. as always, we'd love to hear any feedback. Get in touch, talk to us at Emergencyathlete.com, or just leave a comment on the site, and we'll see you next time we do one of these. Cheers.